Good afternoon, good evening. Do come and join me this morning. Look, my lovely mug, look, you're the best. That's all to all of you. Do come in and join me. Lovely to have you here. Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Do come in and join me. Lovely to see you. Do let me know where you're calling from. Let me know a bit about you. What's the weather like where you are? What time is it where you are? Just sorting out. Okay. All right. Let's set up now. Do you see my lovely mug? You're the best. That's to all of you. Good morning, Christine. Hello, beautiful. Thank you. Good morning. How have we got coming on? I have to have my, I'm afraid, I think my eyes have deteriorated during the last year, during lockdown. I think I need to have, I can't see the tiny writing anymore. So I should have a big magnifying glass with me now. Who have we got? Hi, Crystal. Wendy, hello. Jody. Thank you, Christine. Oh, how lovely. You make my day. Thank you. Hi, Sil, Caris. Is that how I pronounce your name? I am sorry if I've pronounced that incorrectly. Hi, Nick. Hi, Crystal. Lovely. 5:20. Oh, it's your afternoon. Okay. And then 6:20. I find that incredible. It just shows, doesn't you, how enormous your country is, Australia. We could probably fit, I'm in the UK, so we could probably fit several UKs over there. And sometimes even driving the length of the UK seems such a long way. So you have these enormous distances. It's an amazing country. I hope one day I would have the great pleasure of coming to visit you there. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Maybe I'll make that as one of my full moon wishes. So today, I expect you're all aware, is the full moon eclipse in Sagittarius, and it is also a supermoon. And there we go. Look, oh, wrong way. Oh, look at that. I've got it behind me there. So I went up to just see, it was almost full last night, and wow, I'd never seen it demonstrated quite so much. It was so low on the horizon and it looked huge. So if you are feeling a bit topsy-turvy, if you're feeling your emotions are pretty high, in one way or the other, I feel actually pretty good. I have to say, I haven't been able to sleep much. These energies do really affect my sleep. So if I won't doze off here. So I've actually got till 11 with you this morning. I'm actually covering, this is my hour, and then the next hour is for the lovely Rebecca, who will be back shortly. She's just had to take some leave. So, but she will be returning. So what I thought I'd do, as always, I'm going to do a reading for all of you. I like to very much see this as you're coming into my workshop. This is the space that I've set. I've got my sage burning, I've done my sound clearing, and you're all welcome in. So I'm always guided that whoever comes to watch me is meant to be here at this time. So I always do say, do listen out, please, for all the messages, because I'm always guided that who I'm drawn to maybe do an individual reading for could be very relevant to others. If you then booked me for a one-to-one, obviously that is entirely for you, and these readings will be for you, but it also may be have a wider reach. Okay, but certainly I'm first going to look at a reading for you all, so that you all make sure you get some support and guidance today. Also, just to let you know, I'm actually withdrawing from having a show here for a while. So do come and follow me. My last week will be the 2nd of June, I think. And So I'm going to just take a bit of leave. Hopefully I plan to be back again. But if you wish to follow me, please do on Facebook, my profile. I think it's Melanie Wellard 7, I think. Or my page, Melanie Wellard, or YouTube, Melanie Wellard, or Instagram, melanie.wellard, whichever medium you prefer. Because I do something, I try and do something regularly. And I do little, I call Mel's Mindful Musings, which are regular videos that help guide people and give them some support. Okay, so I've just done my video this morning and I did a reading again for everybody, and I'm going to do that same reading because it's very, very relevant today. So hi Anne, hi Katie, hi Jill, Shelley, Katie, hello, good morning everybody. So hi Jess. So right, I am going to, so do listen up everyone. Very thirsty this morning, so I'm going to now do this reading for all of you. Okay, so it seemed very relevant that the first card I pulled from the Moon Oracle deck is fear. Okay, now that seems very, very relevant to many people at the moment. They are feeling full of fear, full of anxiety, and feeling that they don't know which way to go. Okay, now you may have heard where you take the initials of fear, and it's a very useful term where it says, well, fear is actually false evidence appearing real. It's where we let our mind rule us, our mind take us over and control our thinking. Now, that is very true much of the time. We can take something, can't we? That whole make a mountain out of a molehill. The feeling is real. Okay, when we feel frightened and anxious, the feeling is felt within every layer of our body. Okay, but it also causes a lot of stress to the body. So it makes sense that we do whatever we can to minimize our fear response. Okay, because if we think of that from the start, we could ask ourselves, so if it's false evidence appearing real, so it could be anything to do with a relationship, it could be to do with a job, it could be to do with your home, anything that makes you feel secure, but it can make you feel just as insecure if you feel it's under threat. Okay, so the question to always ask is, so you might think, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose my job, or so it's about saying, well, where's the evidence that supports that? Okay, there may be some evidence, but then it's still a case of bring it down to actually what you know. What is the facts about what you know? Okay, so it's about almost chopping off all the bits that our minds have made bigger and bigger and bigger. When I was younger, I had an illness where I was in and out of intensive care every few weeks, and I was always being told, you could die. We thought you were going to die last night, and this could happen again. It turned out to be a very rare allergy condition, and I was allergic to medication. But it took them a long while to discover it. So I had 3 years of going in and out of intensive care. So I could have easily just said, right, I'm just not going to go out again. Oh my God, it could be anything. My mind could have easily I had reason to be fearful. Okay, my life was in under threat. So I could have easily just never gone out again because they said it could be this, it could be that. They kept giving me a whole list of things it could be. But do you know what I did? I just kept going out clubbing. I just kept going out dancing. I kept building my zest for life because I kept saying, well, if this is going to be my last day, then I want to make sure I'm just living it. Okay, so, and that to me stands true to this day. It was like a training. So whenever I felt fearful, don't get me wrong, I can still get just as anxious and fearful as the next person, and sometimes I'm talking to spirit and they tell me not to be fearful, and it proves to me that if you let the anxiety take over, so if you let that fear rule you, and lead your life, you're missing out on day-to-day joys. Because I kept thinking, well, you know, even if I do end up in hospital again. And after about the 12th time, you know, that was 12 times in intensive care. Um, so I became fairly robust, but I got to the point where I thought, I don't want to do this anymore. I went through some really dark times, but then I would just get up and dance and just say, yeah, but life's for living today because I'm alive now. So that's an extreme example. But if you take that as the extreme and then think of things within your life at the moment, what is causing you fear at the moment? And how can you ask the question of yourself, is this real? Is this false evidence appearing real? Okay. Even if there is a threat, if you feel you're in danger, true danger, then that fear is real and you need to ask for help and support as much as you can. But sometimes you might just want to, a situation, you might want to just talk to somebody and say, why am I feeling so anxious? Is this real? And get a friend, a good, you know, so if you've got somebody, you can ask them, you know, why am I getting so uptight about this? Is this really real? We can feel that someone's going to leave us, or we can feel that, you know, our home is under threat. Whatever it is, it's, if it's real, do something about it. If it's not real, you can still do something about it. Okay. So I'm not trying to simplify it. We all have very different situations, but this is what I'm getting very much at the moment. So the next two cards I pulled, which are interesting, one was actually the full moon eclipse card. Conclusions are within reach, and also the answers you need are coming. Okay, the answers you need are coming. So those both say very, very similar things. So that sort of answered what I was just saying, was that we need to find out what is real. Is it the false evidence of feeling real fear, or what is real? Okay. And therefore, how do I find the answers? So it's we have to take action. Okay. What is it you can do to find the answers to help you through it? So the first bit of advice, this just was so perfect, this reading, when I did it first thing this morning. Do what you love. Okay, so what can you bring into your life of something that you love doing? This doesn't have to be big things. I always say, make it what seems the easiest. And you may need to develop some of those things that you love. I went up last night, I raced up the hill to watch the rainbow, full rainbow. It was amazing. And you know what? It just made all the things I might be concerned about just pale into insignificance, because I just thought, how wonderful is this world? And we sometimes, that's what helps ground you. Okay, doing things like that help ground you. Do what you love. You like singing, painting, dancing, reading, do something creative, making stuff, be creative. Dance around your kitchen, sing in the bath, sing outside, sing, you know, if you don't want to be heard, but do something that's going to lift you. Watch funny things, watch the amusing things. Be very careful of what you're listening to, watching. Remember, all that feeds into and is often, I don't want to get political, but it's created to build fear. All right. So it's, be careful what you're watching, because it's all information being fed into your brain. So do what you love. Okay. And then exactly what I'd said earlier, live life to the fullest. If you can just find all the ways that you can feel that you're living life to the fullest. Did I do my best today? But again, don't get carried away with thinking live life to the fullest means I've got to go climb a mountain, or, oh my God, I've got to travel the world. Or, you know, it doesn't mean that. I don't for a minute. Spirit have never shown me that that's what it means. If anything, it means bringing it down to the smallest thing. Living life to the fullest can be living true to your authentic self. And first of all, sometimes you have to find out who that authentic self is. Okay. And then here's a biggie. Full moons are brilliant for forgiving and forgetting. Okay. I usually do a ritual every full moon, is I write a list of everything I want to release. Okay, that can be situations or behaviors. It's often the way I'm looking at something and I say, I just want to release that. It can be that, oh, I've been knocking my head on the brick wall about this particular thing and I just want to let that drop now. It can be anything, okay? And you need to give that some thought. What do I want to let go of? You know, maybe I'm too stubborn. Maybe I'm I react too easily. Maybe I'm too sensitive. I take things the wrong way. Do I want to improve my behavior? What is it you want to let go of? It could be bigger things. It could be, have I finally got to let go of a particular relationship, a friendship, a job, a work practice? I'm at the moment looking at all the different types of spiritual work I do, and I'm reassessing, and what do I need to let go of? And I've had to make a decision that at the moment I've got to let go of this show. I will miss you all, and I really hate to do it, but it costs me quite a bit of money, and I've got to sort of focus on other things for a while, but I hope to be back. So I've got to make that decision and have to step back. Okay, so I'm sad about it. It's not what I really, really want to do, but it's something that I have to do. So there's an example. So you need to give some real thought to what it is you need to let go of, okay? And forgiveness. Wow, biggie, okay? Now there is lots of advice you can get on forgiving, and a lot of people go, I'm not forgiving that. Why would I want to forgive them? Okay, well, hear my voice when I say that. What does that sound like if I just go, there's no way I'm forgiving them. Why should I forgive them? Am I serving myself doing that? Or am I just keeping myself in a dark place? Am I keeping myself in a horrible place, an uncomfortable place, a place full of resentment? Certainly not enriching my life. So I would always suggest working on forgiveness. I do an exercise where I do this, and I cut cords. Okay, I cut cords from my heart. You can never cut cords of love, okay? But sometimes we need to cut the cords of drama, of poor behavior. And it could have been something that went on a long time ago, and we realize we still haven't let it drop because we haven't healed that part of us. So sometimes we can just state it, I want to forgive and forget that. I want to let it drop. And then we think, well, why is that still going around in my mind? So what we have to do is then maybe get some help with that, get some support. Sometimes that's a journey that we have to do. But what I do is I write it all down. I write down what I want to let go of. I write down who I'm going to forgive, and in myself as well. Do I need to forgive myself for anything? Have I been behaving appropriately to everybody? Have I been unkind? Have I been unkind to myself? And I write it all down, and then I go out and I burn it in the fire pit on the light of the full moon. So I hope that helps. Those are ways to help you move on from a fearful situation that are coming there. And let's just see what the question is. Let us just see what the question is that we need to ask ourselves. Okay, well, here's a beautiful way of exactly what I said about bringing it into the moment. What if everything is as it should be? How would that make me feel? Okay, so maybe where we're fearing losing our job, maybe losing our job is the thing that we need to do to help us move on. Doesn't mean it's easy. Okay, life, we can say, oh, it should be easy and effortless. No, we're here to learn. And think about the last time you achieved something and you studied for something. I just studied to become a wedding and funeral celebrant so I can officiate over weddings and funerals. Wow, that was a lot of work. That was really hard, working till late at night, early in the morning, and wow, pushed and pushed and pushed myself, but it was really worth it. So life we sometimes have to really work at something, and often I find that people want the answer easily and they don't want to take action. So I think it's very true. We get back as much as we put into life. Okay, so it's got to be a union. It's got to be a partnership, working with the universe, with the divine, with God, with spirit, whichever way you see it. All right. So I hope that's helped. Do go back if you've just come on and you've missed it. Do go back and listen to that reading because that was for you. Okay, that was for everybody with regards to this full moon. If you do wish to work with me, even though I may be pulling back from the show for a while, if you do wish to work with me on a one-to-one basis, I can help you move on from all those situations, because I am a psychic medium, but I'm also an intuitive coach. I am trained to be an executive coach. I'm also a healer. I'm a Reiki master, a spiritual healer, and do many other things as well. I've been doing this for over 30 years, even when I was employed in a corporate job. So it's just very much a way of life to me rather than something different. And so please do follow me. Look me up, Melanie Wellard. Follow my little videos. It's nice to hear if I can continue to help you in another way. Okay, so look for Melanie Wellard 7, I think it is, on Facebook. There's 2. I have a page and the profile page, but I put the same things on both, or Instagram or YouTube. So all my details are in the comments, so you can see it all there. Okay, right. Okay, let's get on and see who's here. Okay, Anne Granger. Okay, Anne, let's see what's going on for you. So I'm specifically, again, looking at here, what are the energies? It's very powerful energy today of this full moon and what it means. So, okay, yes, it sounds like you're thinking of moving on, doesn't it? Okay. Right, Anne Granger, let me just see what's going on for you. Right, straight away, you're asking about whether you should be downsizing. Now, straight away, I got here the resistance card, and what I'm feeling is I don't know whether you're quite ready. It's like you're clinging on to it. So I'm going to look and see whether I want to. I'm seeing this sort of holding on like this, and what I want to do is sort of start to prise your fingers open to just say, yeah, let go. All right. See how that feels to just think about a new future. I feel that you will. Okay. But I understand it's almost like I want to say you need to do some healing, okay, with regards to the place you're in at the moment. So the full moon tonight would be a lovely time to do some form of ritual, some form of ceremony of letting this go. Maybe write down all the things that this place has given you. Okay, this could be a lovely ritual for you to do. Write down all the things that you have gained. Write about your life. So write about what it's given you, even if it's sadness. Okay, write it down, all the lessons that come to mind that you've learned there. Bless it, thank it for everything, every experience that it's given you where you are now. And then you can do the same thing, you can write it down. And then when you're ready, you can say, I'm willing to let you go. It's time for me to move on. Okay, it's about prizing those fingers off the, where you're really clinging on. Okay, you're resisting the signs. I feel that you'll be very, very happy when you do, but it's also acknowledging. See, the problem is when we move through these thresholds, so moving home, leaving something behind, we're crossing a threshold. We're leaving a part of our life behind, and we're crossing into another threshold. Okay, sorry, we're going across the threshold into a new life. But we need to acknowledge it. We need to let go of it. So, and this can happen in everything that we do in life. When do we go through a transition where we're different from when we move forward? And that's what I'm feeling for you, my love, is you don't have to just say, oh, okay, I'm just leaving it behind. If you did some sort of ritual like that, I just feel that that would really, really support you and help you. Okay, so let's see what else I've got for you here. Okay, this is beautiful. What I've got here is the higher ground card, okay? And what I'm being drawn to here is the opening of this rose, okay? It's like I'm seeing a new life, okay? I'm seeing it opening like a bud, and that this is going to bring you, it's like seeing it, okay? See it from above, I'm being shown like a hawk flying overhead, all right? being able to see it from above, see the bigger picture of what's going on in your life at the moment, because I really do feel that if you can just get a different perspective, you'll feel more sure. It's about, what would a new place bring me? What would downsizing mean for me? Oh, I wouldn't have, even if it's just I don't have so much housework to do. Whatever it is, this feels like it is quite profound, okay, for you. So, right. Okay, you've got here, make no judgments. All right, so I feel here there's, I feel you're being harsh with yourself. There's something going on here. I don't know whether family or other people are sort of criticizing your decisions and they're clouding it. Could be friends who are clouding your judgments, your judgment. And I just feel here it's causing you to doubt. So this is why I feel that if you did some of this work, it would really help you to become much, much clearer. Okay. So I hope that helped. Okay. Okay. Right. Christine, Marie Clark. Thank you, Christine. Right, I'm just drawn to you, Christine. Okay. These cards today. Okay. Yes, I may start doing lives like this on my own profile page or my business page. So yeah, do go and join, and then you can catch up with me live when I do those. All the details are in the comments box. Christine, I'm being drawn to your middle name for some reason. There's something very special about your middle name. Were you named after a relative? Very curious they're just highlighting and being highlighted your middle name as if there's some deeper meaning to that. Yeah, do let me know if you can. Very curious as to why they're okay, right. All right, Christine. Right, I'm being drawn to, this is for your throat chakra, okay? You've got the self-expression card here. And I'm being told you need to sing like a bird, okay? Now, I don't think this actually means real, it doesn't have to mean singing. It feels like there's something that you need to be saying, all right? It's something I'm being shown is stuck in your throat. It needs saying. If you feel that you're not up to saying it directly to someone, because I understand that sometimes we think, okay, it's, I could say what I feel to that person, but it could cause more damage than good. So sometimes we need to write it down and do that thing. And again, the full moon is a great time to do it. Maybe write it out first and shred it up, or as I say, I always burn mine in a fire pit, but it just helps release the energy. But obviously always think about whether that's safe to do so. But this is what I'm feeling for you, is it's time to get it out, time to say it. All right. Yeah, I'm just getting this, let it go. I'm also getting, there's another meaning here. I'm also feeling here that you It's like you've been telling yourself, you've been getting little messages in your ear. You've been thinking, I need to get on with that. I need to do this thing. I need to create this thing. I need to make it happen. And I'm just feeling like you have been procrastinating, because this little inner voice is saying, oh, do you really want to? Oh, should you? Is that right? What should I do? Okay. So, right. Got the power card, and look at that, beautiful. That's how the moon looked on the horizon last night when I looked at it. Okay, so you're very powerful in what you do. All right, I do feel that, and this is why you do need to. It's like I want you to just step up and use your voice more. All right, so it just feels like you've got to. There's many reasons. I'm being drawn back to this card, and it's like there's several layers of this to do with your voice. So I also feel that you need to be using your voice more. All right, there's a message that you have for others, for the world, for, don't be frightened of using your voice. Okay. You're not sure about that name. Okay, I don't know whether I've got someone coming through from spirit here. Be interesting to know if you can find out why they named you your middle name Marie. Something to do with, or look up the meaning. I'm getting something to do with the meaning of Marie. Making me curious now. They're just highlighting that. Oh my goodness. Well, if you were in any doubt of what I just said about your inner voice, speak up. Okay. They really are homing in on your voice. All right. So that's just couldn't be any bigger, that word, could it? So there's a real need for you to focus in on that. All right. So you might want to give that some thought over the full moon. How do you step more into your power? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to stop procrastinating over in order to fully step into your power? All right. And again, we use that phrase. This doesn't mean all of a sudden become a megalomaniac or something. This just means can sometimes be a quiet way of doing it. It just means maybe putting up boundaries. It means using your voice to say no. There's something about speaking up, letting your voice be heard in many ways. There's many ways to do that. It doesn't mean all of a sudden start yelling at everybody. That is not what it means. Stepping in our power is usually gentleness. All right, a gentle way of just saying, but powerfully of saying, maybe saying enough is enough for something, but also I just feel there is messages that you have for others that also need to get out into the world. So I hope that helps. Okay. So who else? Kylie Ann. I think I know what the answer is to your question, but let me just see. I'm just getting a resounding yes. What are you waiting for? Okay. But I will get some backup here. Okay, well, you've got here accept what is dying. And what I'm feeling this means is this is great for the full moon. It's letting go of the fear, letting go of the procrastination, letting go of, it almost feels like you've been like a little, hiding wallflower over this decision when it's just no, step out. It's time to step out and do this thing. All right, just start it. All right. You might need to join a support group. I started writing a book, and you can get, there's many of them, you can get a lot of support. Okay. Yeah, there you go. You've got the abundance card, okay, and that's what I'm feeling. There's a real richness over what it is I feel, what I feel you're going to be writing about. All right, I feel that it's going to be a lot of richness to others, and I feel that your words are going to be abundant. It's like when you get going, they're going to just start trundling out. All right, but you need to let go of the past, of the doubt. All right. And I also feel it's like there's a part of you that you're letting go of. All right. But this, I do feel that this also may have a bigger meaning for you as well, as to parts of your life that it's time to move on from. Okay, and it's like, again, stepping into that abundance. And you know, the full moon, as I say, is a great time to say that. It's a great way of saying it. Let's accept what's dying in us, what we're letting go of. What's, you know, as we go through the seasons, I'm being shown the seasons here, that, you know, when the autumn comes and the leaves fall, and then the winter comes, and we go through that period of, we feel no action is taking place, if we compare this to ourselves, and then the buds start to come through again. And I just feel you're at that point. It's let go of what has gone, okay? But also these messages of let go of that procrastination and just step up and get on with that, because I feel it. I look forward to it. Yeah, I'd like a copy when you write it. Excuse me. Right. I hope that helped. Oh, spot on. Okay, thanks, Christine. Right. You are more than welcome, Christine. Ah, okay. Marie was after your Auntie Heather. Okay. Right. That's interesting. I had a feeling I can't really do a lot. It's harder to do mediumship here and to bring spirit through, but I think she may have been. Is she in spirit? Do you know? Or there's someone on that link who's related to. I just felt that coming through very strongly there. Yeah, do it now. Do it now. Kylie, yeah, just go for it. Star of the Sea, how beautiful. I'm also getting, Christine, sorry, I keep getting drawn to you here. There's something as well about your full name, Christine Marie, Mary, Christ and Mary. I'm sorry, there's just something very, very spiritual about you and that whole link. So I just give you that because that is really coming through very, very strongly. So I would love to chat to you about that. I just feel that there is a very strong spiritual link there. That's what I was shown, because I was seeing it as Marie, but also then Mary. Okay, Christ and Mary. Very interesting. So you have a very spiritual soul to you, I feel. Okay. Wendy Palmer. Sorry, I keep stretching my head because I can't see very well. Really must get my eyes tested. One of the opticians open. Getting so used to everything being shut down. Right, Wendy Harmer. Okay, let's see what's going on with you. Where am I going to go with you? So I have many cards here, so let's go with Restaurant deck for you. Okay, Wendy, I've got here safety, strength and power. Okay, the red card. I'm being drawn to your base chakra, which is basically your energy center at the base of your spine. And this is all to do with our feelings of our power, our strength, our security, whether we feel safe, our basic needs, okay, and whether those are fulfilled. And I'm just feeling that that could be, there just feels a bit of unsureness around there, a bit of fear, a bit of anxiety. Not too much, but it just feels like I want to just say, take a breath. All right, it's all going to be okay, is what I'm getting here. All right, I'm just sort of getting very comforting feeling here of it's okay, it's all going to be okay. All right. Yeah, brilliant for the full moon. Look at the size of that moon. That's how big it looked for me last night. You've also got the attraction here, and it feels like right, okay. So it feels like, yes, be careful of your thoughts. So be mindful of your thoughts is what I want to say, of what you're attracting, okay? And realize the power you have in attracting what you want into your life. All right, you're much better at this. So it just feels like trying to move out of that feeling of worry, of insecurity, because I'm getting that it's okay. Everything's going to be all right. Okay. Yes, it's almost like you're holding back because of that. I've got be spontaneous here. All right. So it just feels like, have you been in hiding a bit? Has this been holding you back, this sort of anxiety and fear? It feels like go out and do something that's going to lift your spirits. Okay. Just go for it. It just feels like get up, get out, do something spontaneous. What's something that you're always saying, oh, I'd love to do that, but take the but out of it. Okay. Yeah. So if you're feeling nervous about going for something, you'll get stuck together. What I mean, be spontaneous. It's got go for your dreams. All right. So I'm just feeling you're feeling insecure about doing something, you're feeling nervous about doing it, you're feeling unsure. And I really feel that you need to just go for it. All right. And start attracting because you're powerful to do this. And sitting in that fear place that we were talking about earlier is just going to keep you away from what you want. Okay. So start to visualize and really, I just want to say leap in. I'm just seeing someone jumping off a diving board. Dive in, go for it. All right. Seeing if there's anything else for you. Yeah, okay. Got tenderness here with the sacred geometry card, and I just feel you've been a bit harsh. I feel that that critical voice has been working overtime with you. Okay, so treat yourself as you would your best friend. Treat yourself as you would a newborn baby. Gentleness, tenderness, kindness, nurturing. All right. I just feel that you've been a bit harsh with that. Okay. And that can come from that fear place. So I just feel it's safe to move forward. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I just like to confirm it. Got cultivating prosperity. You're planting seeds. Get going with it. All right. It's time to get them growing, those ideas, and whatever it is that you've planted, those ideas, whether they're ideas or you've already started moving with something, keep going with it. All right, keep going. It's going to work beautifully. All right, I hope that helps, makes sense. Okay. Oh, wow, Mother Mary comes to you in meditation, Christine. That's lovely. Yeah, it's very strong. So Spirit are really trying to come through here. But if I get caught up in a mediumship situation, it could go on for an hour. So, okay. Donna Ide. Have I pronounced your name right, Donna? Donna Ide. Okay, Donna, let's see what's going on for you. Okay, thank you. Okay, Donna, what am I going to use for you? Oh, okay, we're going to use these. Donna. Donna, straight away as I'm linking in with you, I'm seeing you sort of weighing things up. I'm seeing sort of like piles of, it's like different piles of money. What's working, what isn't? This feels like it's an analogy of where should I put my energy? Where should I put my money in moving forward? So it just feels like you're just unsure of your next steps, if that makes sense. Wow, well, there you go. You got the cornucopia card. Okay, that means abundance, overflowing. It's all working. It just feels like you could be overthinking the situation. All right, and it's number 11. So that's beautiful. It just feels like yeah, just keep going on your path. I know it can be really hard. Oh, that's interesting. You've got here, man holding a heart. Okay, let me just link in as to what this is where you look at that nice gentleman there. This feels as well that I want to say there's a deeper love around you than you give credit for. Okay. There's somebody around you that really, really cares deeply for you. And maybe you're not necessarily giving them the credit they deserve. Okay. You may know what that means. Okay, I've also got here, address your addictions. Okay, so addictions can be anything. They don't always have to be what we think of them as, with substances or food, or but it can also be behaviors or the way we are. We can be addicted to work. Okay, so have you been sort of like just overdoing things? I'm being shown candle being burned at both ends. All right. So I am being shown that in order to get clarity on this, and maybe so that you feel better about moving forward with it, it does feel that you need to take a bit of time. Okay, because it all feels okay to me, but it just feels like you may be just a bit worn out with it all. Okay. So yeah, just take it easy there. Okay. Just want to, yeah, I'm getting sort of give yourself a break. Yeah, it just feels okay. Another full moon. I've got the hunger card here, so it feels like you have a lot of drive, a lot of ambition, but just be careful. It feels like you might need to just take a step back for a minute before surging forward, because it feels to me that everything's okay. All right, but maybe just take a couple of days just to balance. It feels like it's a bit out of balance. You're maybe just all striving and working and pushing, and then sometimes we need to just take a step back to just review it, or sometimes just to rest a bit. I just feel to nurture yourself. Otherwise, the problem is we then don't enjoy the journey because we're just worn out, and then everything becomes, oh, it's just so tough and it's such a drudge, and it all becomes like that. Whereas if you take time out to smell the roses, is what I'm being given here. Yeah, I mean, look, you've even got revealing radiance. I'm just using different methods to just confirm I'm getting the right message here. And it just feels like you've got the world in the palm of your hand here. So you just maybe need to, life shouldn't be all work, no play. And you'll end up not enjoying your work if you push it too hard. Okay, so time to take a rest, go and do something that you love, come back refreshed, and then more energy to move forward. Okay, if that makes sense. All right. So I hope that helps. Okay. Oh, you have been burning the candle at both ends. Okay. Carrie Burgess. Carrie? So, right, I'm I might just take a break in a minute because doing 2 hours of readings is quite tough. It does give me buzzing, but it can wear you out. So I might just take a little break in a sec and then I'll be back on. Okay, Carrie. Yeah, just to let you know, those of you that are just coming on, I will be finishing here on the 2nd of June. So I may start doing lives on my own show. Do follow me, look at in the contents, go and follow me on my page or my profile. Or if you want to work with me one-to-one, do look me up on my website, melaniewellard.co.uk. Right, okay, Carrie. Okay. Carrie, are you very spiritual? I feel that you have some real gifts there. If you're not using them and they're a bit hidden, you might want to go on that journey. But if you are already using them, then I'm feeling that there's more to come. Okay, straight away. Okay. Yeah, okay, which is interesting, Carrie, because what I've got here is the card for empaths. If you're highly sensitive, and that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a very, very spiritual, but you've got to get grounded here. So I just feel that maybe you need to just pay attention to that, especially when we've got these very strong energies around us and there's more to come. If any of you follow astrology, then you know we are being bombarded with one powerful transit after another. So it's really, really important to stay grounded. So really, can you focus on that? Because if you're feeling too much up in your head, you need to get your feet into the earth, so to speak. All right, do whatever it takes to get yourself grounded. It's almost like I want to say, if you meditate a lot, or if you find you're connecting with spirit a lot, it's almost like, yeah, but you're not meant to be floating off up there. You need to be getting your feet. It's almost like I'm being shown here like those big steel boots to hold you down. You know, when they show astronauts, they're showing me that someone walking on. Oh, there you go. Because it's a full moon. They're showing me walking on a moon, where they have those big boots that keep them grounded. Okay, so this is what I just want to. What I want to see. All right. Yeah, okay. Because you've also got here awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being. So I do feel there's some real deep stuff going on for you spiritually, but I would give this message out to everyone. As I say, these readings may be relevant to others as well. We're all going through this at the moment. So, you know, if you feel you're literally sort of floating about, grounding, need to do that. I make sure I'm doing that every day. I was even just sitting on the grass this morning, literally leaning against a tree in the garden, just keeping my roots solid. Okay, because we can get a bit spacey. You can feel like you're not quite here. All right. Okay, let's see what else for you, Carrie. Right, you've also got self-love. Now, this I would say is definitely a card for everybody. None of us do enough self-love. Now, when we talk about self-love, this doesn't mean selfish, okay? That is a very different. Selfish is basically not giving a damn about others and letting the ego rule with putting ourselves first. That is not the same as self-love. Self-love is putting yourself first in nurturing, in helping yourself become strong so that you can go about your daily life and maybe helping others more. But if you can't give from an empty well. All right. So again, sometimes that self-love is just to make sure you're doing enough grounding, taking enough time out. All right. And just making sure that you are staying solid. I just keep getting being on solid ground. All right. Carrie, there's something else for you here. Right, again, I've got third eye seeing card here. And I just feel that you have heightened psychic ability, but possibly it just feels like needing to take a step back from it. Are you overusing it? Are you just stretching yourself? It just feels like a need to rest, okay? And just remember, when you are doing it, get yourself grounded. It's like if you were in a basket of a balloon, is what they're showing me, but you need to make sure the rope is tethered, okay? Otherwise you're just going a bit too high, and I just feel it could just be making you feel a bit buffeted about by the wind if you were they're showing like a balloon being blown about. But make sure you're very, very tethered. All right, you're really good at what you do, but if you can, just focus on that for the moment. Okay, I hope that helped. Okay. Okay, Sue Ann. Thank you, Sue. Okay, let's see what's going on for you. What does this full moon mean for you? Who's feeling the energies of this full moon? Okay. Right, I've got this card, the Purity card here, but what I'm being drawn here is to the cloth over her eyes, okay? And it just feels like you might be being a bit blinkered about something, okay? It feels like you need to, it's like you're not seeing the situation clearly because your mind is overruling it from your emotional state. All right. So it just feels, or maybe it could be from that fear state. It just feels like, again, you need to step back, look at it from a different perspective, take the blinkers off, and it feels like a need to be very honest with yourself about the reality of the situation. Okay. Really feel that you need to be honest. And it's about being honest with yourself. Okay. Sometimes we have to face some tougher truths, okay, about a situation. It's just about where I'm getting that where have you maybe not been fair, okay? And sometimes our emotions can override and we think we're absolutely right. Yeah, I've also got attraction for you. So it just feels like looking at, with regards to your situation at the moment, what has been your part in attracting this into your life, okay? I'm getting that saying that our life at the moment is a sum total of our actions to date, okay, and our choices, okay? So it's about just being a bit clear and a bit honest about, okay, so if I played a part in bringing this about, I can also change things. All right. So it's about almost opening your eyes to say how much more powerful you are than you think you are. And therefore you can bring about change, but you need to take some action. Okay. But that has to come with the honesty first of accepting that you played a part in the situation, and therefore you can play a part in changing the situation. Okay, so it's not about blame. I have to be very careful here. This is not about blame. We can all get caught up in that if I admit that maybe I was wrong, then this is all about blame. But you know what, I never have problems saying sorry, even often if it wasn't my doing, because I just think if sorry sometimes just settles a situation. And it's some of you may be familiar with Ho'oponopono, where you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And that goes on the belief that we are all joined, we are all one collective, and therefore we all play a part in everything in the world. But it's not about blame. It's about an energetic link, and therefore by using that phrase, we can bring about loving change. Okay. Okay. Right, so I just feel if you look at it this way, I've got the breakthrough card, okay? So I just feel that if you can take this deeper look at it, see where your part is in all of it, see the power that you have, then I actually feel that you will, you could move forward with this and have a real breakthrough. All right, I hope that helps. It keeps dropping out, does it? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Can you let me know if the connection is there okay? I've got a full signal here, so I am sorry if that is dropping out. I've even got a booster in the house, so I am sorry if that keeps dropping out. Thanks for letting me know, Beverly. Okay, so I hope that helped, Sue-Ann. That was for you because you've just popped up again, so I hope that that did actually help. All right. Okay. I'm going to try on here. I am sorry if it keeps dropping out. Thank you, Maria. I hope that made sense, Sue-Ann. Beverly French. Okay, Beverly. See what's going on with you. Oh, I'm being told there's a question for you. So I'm just going to look at what question that you need to be asking yourself first. What's at the heart of this? Okay, so here's a question. This could be relevant to other people as well. So this is for you to ask yourself first, and then we'll look further. So Beverly, am I living according to the expectations and dreams of others or of my own? How do I distinguish them from each other? I'll read that again. Am I living according to the expectations and dreams of others or of my own? How do I distinguish them from each other? So that I feel is your starting point. Okay. I feel that it feels like you need to do an inventory of your life at the moment. Okay. Are you living your life for you or are you living it for everybody else? All right. Because then it just feels like you can have as much advice, you can have loads and loads of advice, but if you're not even sure of that, then it's harder to take action. So it just feels like maybe you do this through talking to someone, through doing some work with someone else, in just saying, where am I in my life? It feels like you need to be looking at, okay, let's do a full inventory, you know, like in a department at work, where we sort of like you assess and you go, okay, what's working, what isn't working. And it feels like, Beverly, you need to be looking at your life like this at the moment. Who am I doing this for? What am I doing it for? Asking yourself those questions. So it really feels like almost giving yourself a mini coaching session. Yeah, because here we go. You just take a look at that picture. Okay. Beyond is a beautiful life, but the girl is stuck this side of the gate, but the gate's open. Okay. So what's holding her back? And I feel this is the question to ask yourself. What is holding you back? Is it because you're living your life to the expectations of others? Do you even know what it is you want in life? And I feel that you need to be asking those questions really seriously here, because then I feel that you'll have the power to walk through the gate to your life beyond. Okay. It feels like it's time. It's time to stop living it for everyone else. And start it, because then the next thing is, well, what do I want? What if I start living my life for myself? What do I want to do? And again, so it's theatre's an adventure. That card is about an adventure. And it can be scary. And often we can keep ourselves stuck because we're scared of the unknown. But everything is unknown. So it's I read the line the other day, I can't remember who said it. The sad thing is that do you just exist in your life or do you live your life? And living your life means risk. Living your life means surging into the unknown. Keep taking those jumps and going, oh, crikey, I have no idea how this is going to work out, but let's just go for it. Okay. Whereas when we just play it safe and we go, well, this is what's familiar to me. If we're happy, that's fantastic. But if we're not, and we're not willing to then have a look and take those steps, then we're just existing. Okay. Yeah. So you've got the heart chakra, and I'm drawn to this. It's more sort of your higher heart. So the link between your throat and your heart. And I really feel this is a journey of love. This is a journey of self-love. This is a journey of looking at what does my heart want? All right. Do I even know that yet? And therefore, maybe the journey is just to start looking into that of what it is you dream of. Because sometimes we don't even know what we dream of. I've asked many clients, what is it you want? Many don't know. So if you don't know what you want, how can you, even in receiving a reading, how can you take it on board? How can you act on it if you don't even know what you want? So this is a daily thing that we need to, if they're just wishes, are they really what you want? Sometimes we say, oh, I wish this could happen, or I wish that could happen, or I wish I could do more of this, that, and the other. But then we do nothing about it. So how do we make those wishes into dreams and reality? Okay. Right, here's just a bit of advice for you. Whenever life throws obstacles in your way and things don't go as planned, accept them and say, thank you. I'm ready for the lessons this alternative path will teach me. I trust these lessons are valuable for my dreams to come true. So don't see this as a problem. See it as, do you know what? Maybe it's time. Time to get on a new path. It's time to decide what I want to do and then decide what am I going to do about it. All right. So I wish you well. This feels like, it's time to really surge out. But first you have to decide, am I living according to the expectations and dreams of others or of my own? Okay, that was the question that you need to ask yourself. Good question for us all to ask regularly, that one, isn't it? Okay, right, let's just see who else is here. My phone is. Okay, Michelle Ann. Michelle Youngman. Okay, Michelle. Let's see what's going on for you. Use the chakra cards for you. If you don't know why you're feeling troubled, Michelle, I would say, this is, as I said earlier, a very powerful full moon. Okay, very, very powerful full moon. It's an eclipse and it's a supermoon. Okay. Got the heart chakra for you. Shuffled those again, and I've got the heart chakra for you as well, Michelle. So I do feel this is, it feels like, again, looking at what you love. Okay. feels like the need for some heart healing here, okay? So you will know on what level that is, okay? But it's just, it feels like you're neglecting this side of your life. Do you know what you love? I just keep getting the big question mark. Do you actually know where you what you love doing, what you want to do, what brings you joy? Okay, I've also got the change card. So I just feel that this feeling that you've got, feeling troubled, is a need for change. It feels like there is a need for change, but you're almost a bit frightened of the change. So that's this stirring within you, within your heart. And that's leading to you feeling troubled and not knowing why. So I would look at again, do an inventory of your life. Look at what's going on at the moment. What's making you happy? What's draining you? What needs changing? It's a bit like clearing out the drawers, What needs to go? What needs to be folded up and sorted out? Okay. What needs to be replaced? So it's just about, where does that change need to take place in your life? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because you actually got here, make a decision. And that's what I'm getting, is you've got to decide. The troubled feeling, when we get these disquieting feelings sometimes and we don't know why, it's because our soul is saying, you need to take notice, you need to step up and make a change. All right, you need to actually do something about it. All right, so it just feels to me it's procrastination. It's just you're not making a decision and you want things to be better, but you're sort of worried about actually making a change. All right, so if you can, try and find a way of coming to a decision. It feels like any decision would be better than no decision. Okay. Right. I hope the signal has got better. Okay. Kim Gratian. Okay, Kim, let's see what's going on for you. Big change coming up for you, I feel, Kim. Are you thinking of changing your work? Either building on it, changing it totally? Yeah, I've actually got endings here for you. So I feel that something may be, coming to an end. It's time for change. All right. And I feel again, you've got passion card. There's something here. It just feels to me that you just don't have passion in what you're doing anymore, and it's time to re-establish that. You again need to find out, well, what is it I want to do? Just feels that you're very vague about your direction and what you actually want. Again, just feeling a lot of this energy this morning. So it's deciding, what is it that you have passion for, what isn't working, and what can you do about it. Okay. And being given the words, sitting just waiting for it to change is not an option. So it feels like there's a sense of urgency here in making some changes, deciding what you want to do. Yeah, there you go. If you just wanted confirmation of that, you got action card. Doing nothing is not an option is the words I was getting. So it's time to take action. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to have a drink. And I think that's me done for this evening. So as I say, do follow me on my Facebook page, Melanie Wellard. All the details are below. I'll probably start doing lives on my page, and maybe my profile if I can do them there. I don't know whether you can. But 2nd of June will be my last day on the show, and I'm just having to pull back for a while. So if you'd like to work with me personally on a one-to-one, then that would be fantastic. Do just look me up on my website and send me a message. Oh, you're going for a new job, Michelle. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Yeah, go for it. Hold on, I'm just going to just pull you another card quickly. Oh, God, these keep sticking together. Okay, what I got for you there is face your shadow and go with the flow. So what I'm picking up here, what I'm feeling with this is facing your shadow, face your doubts, face those parts that we sometimes like to keep hidden, all right? And just stare them right in the eye and accept them. And then just go with the flow with this, all right? It just feels, just go for it, all right? So do just go for it. But I feel it's important, especially if you're going for a manager's job, you need to know your, I don't like calling them weaknesses, but areas for development, all right? So I just feel that make sure you're aware of that. I feel there'll definitely be questions on that as to, and don't be frightened of that part. We all have it, all right? We all have this bit like, oh, I don't want to look under there. All right, let's keep that bit covered. No, the more we look at that, and the more we work on that, then the more complete we feel and the stronger we feel. So yeah, please do go for it, okay? Beverly, you are definitely living life for everyone else. Oh, bless you. Yeah, well, do remember walking through the gate, Beverly, doesn't mean it has to be huge, big thing. All right. Journey of love for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that you're feeling very, very tired with it. The problem is when we have been living our life that way, we actually feel very exhausted, don't we? So do remember that walking through the gate isn't necessarily a big thing. It's little steps. So again, it's about how we view that. And that's why if I work one-to-one with someone, we would go into that. How do you view that walking through the gate? It could just be starting to say no. That's the first step to walking through the gate. Okay. It's just saying, I'd like to bring change into my life, and then thinking about the next step. All right. So that's the walking through the gate. It's not all of a sudden just packing bags and woof off into the, sometimes it might be off into the sunset. But yeah, maybe the feeling tired is that's the first step. So what I would say is address that first. All right. Address that, starting to just do small things of putting your needs first. How can you just start to bring that self-love into your life now? All right, Beverly, I hope that helps. So don't think of going through the gate as a big transition. That might be the end goal. So is the big transition, but the going through the gate is just that first step of saying, yeah, I admit that this isn't how I want to be living anymore. And therefore I'm going to start making baby step changes. And sometimes what we call baby steps can be the massive thing. That can be the huge, once we take that first step, that can be the really big thing. All right. So I wish everyone well. I'm going to head off now, and I will see you soon. Please do follow me on my profile and page. That will be great. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye. See you.